Good afternoon. Welcome back. I got a good one here. The 2009 Ford Escape was brought to me with the brakes grinding, just started yesterday kind of thing. They told me that the caliper was new. I don't know how new it is, but it's got some rust on it. And yeah, it's definitely grinding. It takes a lot to impress me, but you people have managed to do that quite nicely. We could take a look at this. The brake pad right here is bent outward. It should be standing straight up and down like this piece here is. But it is not. If you look down in here nice and deep like, you can see the caliper piston is pushed almost completely out of the bore of the caliper. That's impressive. The brakes have been grinding on this thing for a long time. Now I want to get this apart and see if that caliper piston will actually go back inside its bore a little bit before I even try taking it off, because I don't want the caliper piston falling out of the caliper by taking it all apart if it can be saved. And I've got a feeling, yeah, it's stuck. Yeah, I got a feeling I'm not going to get that apart or get that pushed back in without tearing it apart. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this off of here. Plastic cap. Now if you look at that plastic cap right there, you see that's been so hot that it just melted and deformed. And this is impressive. Alright. Pop this loose. See what we find inside of this neat little, I don't even know what to call it. I don't know what caused this brake to hang up in the first place to cause this kind of carnage. But if I had to guess, and that's all this is at the moment, is the hose is collapsed somewhere. So it's probably going to need a hose. But I want to get this part first. Get an idea. I mean, I really don't even know why I'm tearing it apart. I don't have anything to put it back together with, but call it morbid curiosity, I suppose. I wouldn't call that new. I have to call the owner and ask how old this caliper is, because her idea of new and mine might differ slightly. Holy shit. That is impressive. Yeah, that caliper's down. Alright. Piston came out with it. Look at that. Unreal. Okay. grab a pair of vice grips and pinch that hose off so it doesn't leak all the brake fluid out. And pinch that hose off so it doesn't leak all the fluid out of it. And then call the customer. Now, I'm going to take this little moment here to turn this video into a bit of a PSA. This project right here, to do the brakes on the other side and to replace the caliper, deal with the damage done to the caliper bracket, put pads on this thing, hoses, and all of that, probably going to cost around $400 or $500. Now, in my little garage, ordinarily this would probably be around $250 job, okay, to put pads and rotors on a car. This is going to get extremely, extremely expensive as far as brake jobs are concerned, because they just let this go. And they let it go and let it go and let it go. And then you end up with a situation like this, where everything gets so hot and grinds so hard that this particular one literally welded the caliper piston to the inboard brake pad. I mean, it's literally fused together. This is the piston that goes inside the caliper. This is the brake pad, what's left of it. And it got so hot that it literally warped itself into a U shape. Well, this could very easily have been prevented by just calling your, I understand people, people are hard on, money's tight these days, and, people are having struggles, but, I mean, these people know me, and I would have done this for them, and, let them pay me later, just to keep their car safe so they can get back and forth to work. That's the kind of person that I am. This is insane. All right, I'm going to go call the customer and let them know what I found and give them an idea of what it's going to cost to fix it. Now this thing's got a couple other issues too. It's got a leaky valve cover gasket, and it has no power steering because this car's got electric power steering. The torque sensor in the steering column has gone bad in it. It's actually a very common issue on these things. The part is around, I don't know, I think the part was like $160. The labor to put it in is probably going to be about that, maybe a little more, if any. And that valve cover takes an hour to put in. So, and then, the rest of the car is pretty solid. I mean, it's got your typical Midwest rust in it. I mean, it runs decent. And I haven't driven it yet because of the brakes, but I have no reason to believe that it doesn't drive okay. This ball joint's good. I checked it before I started filming. So, this one here probably, I might make a couple of videos on this one, I don't know. But let me go call the customer on this one here and see what they want to do with it, well, if they fix it, there'll be more video. Okay, went in and gave her a call, got the job sold, but going to be a couple of days before I get everything here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull this brake caliper off of here, pinch off that brake hose really well, and then just back it out and let it sit out there beside the driveway until I get all the parts here. So no point in letting it sit here in the garage and take up precious real estate while I'm working on something else or parking my own car in here while I'm waiting for parts for this. So you get this peeled off of here, and then I doubt very seriously I will record the brake job on this unless something really cool happens. I mean, you guys have watched a million brake jobs on a million different channels. So I don't do them any differently than anybody else does, so there's no nothing gained or lost. by you or I. I mean, not recording that. And she said this caliper was put on in September of last year. And I suppose it doesn't look that old, but I don't think she's going to get any kind of warranty return out of it because it's so destroyed. She's insistent that it's under warranty, so I'm going to give it back to her, and I'll just have to pay the additional core for the new one. Oh. All right, so I'm just going to toss the wheel back on this thing and just leave this hose pinched off with a pair of vice grips. I'm not going to be driving it, I'm just going to pull it outside and park it next to the driveway so I can use my garage for other things until I get the parts here for it. Well, there are a couple other things that the car needs, and she has now given me the okay to do it all, so I'm going to fix that steering angle sensor, or steering torque sensor actually. Put a valve cover gasket on it, it's just leaking oil pretty bad. And fix these brakes. It's got an exhaust leak too. I might fix that just to say that I did. Only had to get a bracket off that. But yeah, stay tuned and we'll be back shortly. Thanks again for watching, guys. Appreciate it very much.